Well, my name is Megan Gackle, and I am a second-year master's student in vocal performance. My undergrad was in choral music education, and I went out after I graduated and taught for 3 years in the Houston area in public school and taught choirs, and was very successful at that and loved what I did, but I felt a calling to get my master's, and I felt a calling to get my master's in vocal performance because it's something that I've always loved, is performing.
My name is Joshua Lee. I am a second-year graduate student in voice. I'm from Eugene, Oregon originally. Spent a lot of time in Salem, Oregon, and moved to Texas for this program about 2 years ago. I teach math half-time at the Catholic school in town, and I coach football. I have a beautiful, lovely wife, Lynn, and 3 kids, Davy, Josiah, and Neva, who are between 4 and 5 months. We sing a lot at bedtime and other things. I had my son try and manufacture some vibrato when he was singing the other day, which I thought was hysterical. And then my youngest son was running around humming some Donuts Eddie to himself over the summer, which I thought was really cute, and he has no idea what that is, but they know that I sing and I'm going to singing things.
My name is Kate Gilman. I am a sophomore and I'm from Denton, Texas. Around 3rd grade, my parents got a divorce, and my dad decided to stop seeing all the kids. And so he kind of like just up and left, and then my mom became a single mother of 4. And so she had to make a lot of sacrifices. She didn't have a college degree or anything to really go off of, so it was really hard for her to find a job. And we were homeless at one point because we used to live with our grandparents because my mom couldn't find anywhere. And there were some issues living in that kind of environment. And so we had to leave, and my mom was really courageous with that, and she just took us away from the whole situation because it was kind of, it was just kind of toxic for us. And then we were homeless. We lived in a hotel for a little bit, and then we squatted at someone's house and until we could find a trailer park to live in. And overall, it was just a very much a roller coaster for us, especially with 4 kids and 1 mom. Music has always been my constant. From the time I was in 2nd grade until now, I've been in choir, and my family all sings. My older sister and I sing together because she has a beautiful first soprano voice, and so we do little harmonies and stuff. And we got my little sister to join in, and my brother's a little hesitant, but he still does music. And so that's kind of always been our thing. When we had to like get up early and go to school from like living in a hotel, we'd be singing in the car, going to school, and then we'd go to choir and do that. And I've personally always thrown myself into that like competitive stuff with choir because I guess it kind of just kept me distracted from what was going on. So I did all region and all state and all of that, and it really just kept my head up and it kept me like stable. I'm feeling really good about my first year with the opera department. I think that the energy here is really fun, and it's going to be really good for me and a good place for me to grow.
I am Emily Wolf. I am a senior vocal performance major with a minor in nonprofit studies. Part of what my dual education is going to be able to give me is the opportunity to, even if I'm not performing, it still offers the opportunity to be able to be involved in the arts, which is something that I've always known that I want to do. So, for example, this past summer I got to intern at Houston Grand Opera, and I was working in the development office there and just working with the people behind the scenes, and they actually offered me an opportunity to come back. It was extraordinary. It was something that I was really excited for, and I mean, I went from one internship immediately into another one this past summer, so it was a lot, and it was a very full summer, but it also helped me grow and learn in a lot of different ways that I didn't really think that I would be able to have. It showed me a lot about, how many people do support the arts and how much there is still to do even if you're not performing, and being able to be seen in that facet. Part of it was being able to kind of recognize like names and being able to kind of see the shows that were going to come up and be able to like discuss them a little bit with some of the like donors, and being able to just kind of follow along in like the conversation that was happening the entire time that I was interning there, and being able to like pull from what we've done with Baylor, and being able to pull like the ideas and all of the knowledge that I have like and that's grown with this program. That was really helpful.
My name is Becky Armenta. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a second-year master's student. Well, first of all, I'm the first person in my family to even have a degree, let alone music. We don't come from that background. My mom sings, but it's not anything professional. And so it just I found an interest in it, and I just kind of stuck with it, and that's how I'm here, really. Like I said, I'm from Houston, and I did my undergrad there, and that helped me. I feel like it helped me get to this level, but this past year, I feel like so many things have changed. I feel like my voice has grown a lot, so there's more flexibility and just better technique overall. But also my interactions with people on stage, that has helped, and I don't know, I think overall just everything, how I communicate with people, how to go about in a rehearsal, and how to be professional really, and how to just preparing me to be a professional in this field, basically. I think my music education overall. I mean, specifically opera, since it's where I spend most of my time. But I mean, just from like my academic professors, things like that, I feel like are just making me not only a better musician, but a better professional.
My name is Eric Mejia. I'm from LaPorte, Texas, and I'm a senior. This whole experience is just new to them, as well as to me, so it was just that first time I moved into my dorm was really emotional. I mean, I'm also the youngest in my family, so everybody from like my parents, my siblings, my nephews, all came to support me, and that meant a lot to me. They've been pushing me since I was little, and I've always been singing since I was like a little kid, and didn't really know I wanted to do that until I got into high school. And so parents always came to my concerts, and family came to concerts, and it meant a lot to me. Also because I played football, and so I tried managing both of those things, and I ended up loving one more than the other. And so coming here made everybody proud. First generation American Texan born and raised. So first generation Baylor.
I am Nathaniel Medlin. I'm from Monroe, Louisiana, and I am a first-year graduate student. Well, I've been very interested in Baylor for a while. I've gotten to work with Dr. Peterson kind of on a professional level when he's come to Monroe to conduct on a few different projects. So through him and through a good friend of mine who has graduated from Baylor in piano, I was just very interested in the program. Dr. Peterson told me I should really come and study with Dr. Best, which I'm really excited to be doing. Well, back home, I've got my wife and my two daughters, the youngest of which was just born about 6 weeks ago. They're very important, obviously, and this is very important. I'm almost constantly calling them and checking up on them, and my wife has just been amazing in saying, because my oldest was diagnosed with cancer this year, and we were at St. Jude when I got the offer to come to Baylor and everything, and I was on the fence about it because of our circumstances, and my wife said, "No, you need to go. You've been working towards this for a long time. You need to go." And so that was a big influence on that decision. That, and I talked to some people here, and they were a little worried about our situation, because I can only say so much on the phone or in an email. But because we had such outstanding support back home in our family and in the community at large, I felt very comfortable coming here, knowing that they're in good hands back home. But it is hard at times, to be in a new city and a new program, and then having to be away from them, knowing full well that I'm missing, missing a lot, with a baby that's so young. And then my oldest is only 16 months old. So they're both very young, just barely walking, just starting to talk, things like that. And so that's a challenge, but I'm just so excited to be here. I think I've heard such good things about the quality and the standards that students are held to here, and I'm so excited to be counted among those people and to be held to those same standards.
I ended up at Baylor not necessarily by accident, but by circumstance. My husband was hired to teach here, and I was working not in academia, and I was traveling to work, and so I could work from anywhere and travel to where I needed to go. So I did that even after we moved to Waco. And there happened to be a position open in the opera department that I had time to help with when they needed it. So I did, and just fell in love with the Baylor students. They're a very special breed of student. I can't tell you why, and I don't really know what it is, but they're phenomenal, and they are the reason that I'm here. I don't want to teach anywhere else. It's not a need for me. I don't consider myself a teacher, but I do consider myself a Baylor Bear. So I'm here, and I'm ready to take this 80-year-old department into some really great future plans. And we'll see just how successful this big experiment is. You're always told to look for the house that has good bones. Baylor Opera Theater has great bones, and it has every possible asset it needs to succeed. It just needs a little bit of love and a little bit of attention and a little bit of community support. And I think that we can do that. I think that the support is out there, that the love is out there, that the attention is out there. And this program that has really great bones is going to turn out to be a really important institution, not only in the academic world, but also in the professional opera industry, which as a whole is really missing great undergraduate programs that bring students to graduate programs prepared and ready to perform roles that their voices are suited for. And Baylor Opera Theater, Baylor University, and the School of Music are poised to fill that gap on a national level. And I think that the department has all of the resources available to us and all of the support available to us to do that and to do it well. And I think that's really exciting. My favorite opera is La Boheme because it's human and it's about love and pain, and it's sung beautifully and written impeccably. But opera number 2 is Don Giovanni. Opera number 3 is Cenerentola by Rossini. And I like each of them for very different reasons. Mostly because they deal with human frailty, and I'm interested in humanity. And opera does humanity unlike any other art form.
The first thing that any musician, at least, any student, should consider when choosing their school is the teacher, the faculty. That's the number one consideration. And I think at Baylor, that's definitely the biggest draw, is the faculty that these students can work with. They're voice teachers, any of them that they can pick from. They've sung at a variety of different companies. There's a wealth of different experience, both academic and professional. Also, there's not just one, but 2 faculty voice coaches. And that's not something that a lot of conservatories, or at least a lot of institutions, feature. And so they already have a wealth of experience to draw on just from the faculty alone. I would say that's the biggest draw. I think that the sense of camaraderie here is unlike any other that I've seen, either at a professional company or at a university. I think that when students come here, or potential students come to visit here, they feel it. And that's something that I think the School of Music at least fosters really, really well. There's a healthy sense of competition, and there's an accessibility to the faculty here as well, which I think is really conducive to growth and learning and everything we strive for here at Baylor for our students.